Hi, besties, and welcome to Semi-Qualified Queens.
A show where we talk about all things drag because we're semi-qualified to speak on it.
I'm Juicebox.
And I'm Cynthia Kiss.
And welcome to Semi-Qualified Queens. Season 1.
The Rewind. I love that we do that every time.
Me too. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in your hair, my costume.
You are. It matches you quite good.
So much stuff.
So many things.
I was like, you know what I am gonna wear the sunglasses because I don't think this outfit has enough details.
Yeah, it's got all the things. And then I'm wearing my gold, and I was going to wear an Orville Peck mask. But then I thought a mask 2 weeks in a row. It's a lot.
You're a beauty girl.
I'm a pretty girl. And also, we still have more filming to do and my makeup was melting off. Yes. And also I looked insane.
It was a little much.
I looked absolutely crazy.
I tried braiding one side.
Yeah.
Didn't help. So we called it. But that's showbiz, baby. You got to work on the fly.
I know. But I feel quite pretty.
I think you look quite pretty.
Thank you so much.
This is really fun. We are getting ready for this series. I basically pulled 10 outfits. And then the night before, we just put mine all in a row and then matched it to something of Juice's. I feel like we're at the same party. That's what we just kept saying. We're like, are they going to the same party?
Yeah. I lost my gloves though.
Oh shit. Did you have gloves? But you can't.
I did. So basically with this outfit, as I had a glove and then I was in LA and I took the glove and I threw it into the audience. And in Canada, when you do that, they bring it back to you and they say, you dropped your glove, love. And you go, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's so nice.
British visitor.
Yeah, British. But in the States, apparently, this is what I was told. If you throw a costume piece into the audience,
it's theirs.
It's theirs.
Finders keepers.
And I went, that's so strange.
America.
They were like, yeah, no, that glove's gone.
Damn.
I know.
Bitch. So you have one or you did it to both?
I lost the other one.
Moment of silence
for the gloves.
Missing accessories. In the arms of an angel, fly away. No more for copyright reasons.
No. Yeah, that's all.
Nor.
But how are you?
I'm good. I'm living life.
That's good.
You know, pretending that we haven't just filmed multiple episodes
in a row. Some things are happening.
Time is passing. Weeks are flying by.
Weeks are absolutely flying by.
I was thinking about it because we did have a little lunch break and we got schnitzel the size of our torsos.
Yes, there's a place in the town that I live called the Schnitzel Shack.
Honey.
And it was fabulous.
I don't know how that shack can hold more than a couple orders because those schnitzels were huge.
Oh, I'm going to hit myself later. It's going to be awful.
Anthony was on the other side of the table and he said it didn't even look like we had begun our meal because of the wall that was still concealing.
Of schnitzel.
My side, yeah. 2 things of schnitzel and then a bed of fries.
Covered in gravy.
It's so good. I can't wait for leftovers.
And we're going to have cake.
Oh my God. And we still have leftover cake.
We have leftover cake, the rock solid cake that I got you.
Week by week these release, but we're still talking about the same food. They're going to be like, babe, that cake's expired.
That cake has been gone for weeks.
Like, ooh.
Stop eating that cake.
Food safety.
Food safety with that cake.
Isn't Mr. Box really paranoid about leftovers?
Mr. Box will only let food sit in the fridge for 2 days. No longer.
So this cake must be killing him.
Oh, destroying him.
Like he thinks it's nasty.
He will not.
He's done eating it.
He's done eating it.
And you're done eating it.
I'm done eating it.
Not Cynthia.
Also, Anthony, our editor, is here. He will be having a slice of cake.
Babe. You should have some.
Yeah. We'll give you a slice for the road just to get it out of my house.
I was going to say, you'll feel it. Like, it's heavy.
And you'll see me being like, get rid of this cake. Please get this cake.
At this point, I shouldn't have that much cake. So
it's a lot of cake.
I think I've had like 3 healthy slices.
Do you think your family would want the cake?
We definitely should give Anthony and their partner some slices.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. But enough about cake. How are you?
I'm so good.
Yeah? Still full on schnitzel?
Still full of schnitzel. Have not shit myself, but almost there.
I know, you two are making me worried.
Yeah, you got 2 IBS girls.
Yeah.
And you decided, let's get schnitzel.
Just me right in the middle.
Yeah. Being like, schnitzel. So it's going to smell really bad down here in a minute. But
that's
no,
what
I'm really
friends
good
are for.
But I'm really good. This has been super fun. And yeah.
Did one of the crystals break on your crown before?
It did.
I can't tell which one.
It broke in the back. So when you walk, you might step on a crystal. So if you bleed tonight, it's your fault.
That's why things have got to go in their zones.
In their spot.
Their
Do you
spot.
see the spot? Do you see where the crystal broke?
Yeah, I see it. It's just
Oh, okay, good. So avoid that spot.
Got it.
Got it. It's
Juice.
okay. Before Cynthia got here, she signed a liability notice. So any injury that occurs is her fault.
I wish I hadn't signed that form.
No, goddamn. I actually have a friend who uses my gym, and we have like an unwritten deal. If she hurts herself, it's her fault.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, don't sue me. It's your fault.
Could you imagine?
I know. She was actually here while we were filming all this.
See, Juice has a gym at her place.
I do.
She acts like she's this poor trash white trash girl, but it's like, no, you're fancy.
Not fancy.
You're fancy. We're in your home studio. She has her hot tub. She's got it made.
But here's my
These
thing.
CDR one girls.
Trash is a state of mind.
Trash is a state of mind.
Trash is a state of mind.
Can that be your first single?
Trash
Or
is,
the title of your book?
Trash is a state of mind. Really, it really is. Trash is more who you are inside.
Right.
You know? Like inside, I'm trash.
She had me thinking she grew up with a like canned beans for like dinner every night. I go to her parents' house in fucking Windsor, and I'm like, this is actually quite fancy.
Yeah, well, Deb lives quite a lavish lifestyle.
I love your mother.
Yeah, Deb is fun.
The home renos.
With
10 out of 10.
The vaulted ceiling bathroom.
Was that not always vaulted?
No.
So there was
you know what the bathroom
crawl space
always
up there,
had
or like
is-
how did you?
No, it was it was attic
Got
above
it.
it. So my parents always had this thing, is they always had a big chair in their bathroom. Like the bathroom was as big as a living room. So like it was quite a big bathroom, but they always like the bathroom was always a little bit bigger than it should be. So my mom always had her clawfoot tub, the like armoire for like all of the potions to make her look young.
So trashy.
So trashy.
We're listening, right? Continue, please.
The mirror with the sink and then the toilet and then the closet.
So trashy.
So trashy. But you know what they'd always have in the bathroom is a giant chair.
Again. So trashy.
So my dad could sit while my mom took baths. Isn't that
These
nice?
two are so romantic.
Isn't
High
that
school
cute?
sweethearts and everything.
Isn't that so cute?
I can't.
No, when I take a bath, Mr. Box just like, why are you wasting water?
Yeah, exactly. That's expensive. We have a hot tub.
We have a hot tub. Go in the hot tub.
That's stupid.
Stop doing that.
So yeah, you're fancy and
Thank you. I'm excited to meet your family and figure out if you're fancy.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I've met Christine.
Yeah, she's like I know what you mean. We can like maybe like come off as fancy, but I feel like if I showed you my place, it's not like it's pretty modest.
But you're waspy.
Waspy, I always say.
Very
that.
waspy.
Keep it in. Keep it tight.
Keep it in. She was actually talking to her brother the other day. Or can I say this?
He was being very emotional, and I was cracking a joke. I hope you
Oh,
know.
okay.
You quoted it like I'm being very genuine.
Oh, it's
but
my
I was,
favorite
But
thing.
I was being silly.
She was like, "We're wasps. Keep it in, babe."
Keep it in.
Lost my mind. I was like, "Of course." Keep it in, babe. We don't need to let all that out.
But things we're not going to keep in. Our thoughts on this episode.
Yes, thank you. Good.
No problemo. I got you,
Thank
sister.
I was just like, how are we going to get there?
Oh, we're going to trust me.
We're trapped.
Yeah.
You know? So this is season 1 episode. We're trapped in this tangent. Season 1 episode 4.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What a great day for us.
I know.
And yeah, how does it start out?
It starts out, who did we say goodbye to last week? We said goodbye to Starzy.
Starzy.
And she did not leave a mere message. First of Canada's Drag Race history. Now, I have heard a little rumor, Juice. Starzy did not watch the show before going on Drag Race.
No.
So by not leaving a mere message, was this just because she didn't know how the show kind of worked and no one from production said, hey, Starzy, they typically do like a little goodbye message out of this lipstick? Could
Well,
they
no,
call it
because
a-"
as soon as you get eliminated, they're like, okay, well, here's the lipstick you're going to, like, they tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So, like, they probably told her what to do and she just didn't want to do it.
She went, no.
She went, I'm okay.
She's like, I'm a title holder. I'm not here
I
to...
am Miss Endangered Species.
I'm not writing any message.
I'm not writing that down. Yeah, I think she had said we did an interview together, or I think at the reunion.
That's where she said it. She said it at the reunion.
She had said at the reunion.
So
that
not
she
even
just,
a rumor, but actually
I think
said.
she had said, like, I just didn't know to, or I didn't want to, or I didn't see the importance of it.
I thought it was kind of shady.
Starzy kind of rolls to the beat of her own drum.
This we
kind of discovered. Yeah. So I think her not doing it is like, she probably had like a little bit of like, because remember what I said, she loves to have that like outer, you want to fight? That like outer shell, like I'm so mean layer, but she's actually super soft inside. So that was probably her being like, oh, I'll do this. And then like, they'll like,
this will make them fight.
This will make them fight a bit. You know, this will get them feisty because she likes to stir the pot a little.
She does.
Yeah. So I think that was maybe the case.
Keep it marinating, simmering, stirring.
But yeah, she didn't leave a message.
No message. Tynomi's a little shook. I feel like Tainomi's, it's rocky waters for her.
Crynomi Banks.
Crynomi, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think that was intense for her to kind of flub a little bit in front of Deborah last week. She's worked professionally with this icon before. That's never a good feeling, you know?
No.
I just feel like the pressure for Tainomi, it's too much this season. Like, no other queen has ever come in and everyone's like, ho, ho, ho. Like, all I can think of is Sasha Colby, and she, like, won the damn thing. Like, I feel like it really worked against Tainomi.
It really did. And but
it's
I think
not fair.
But
I felt like walking around with extra weights.
Yeah, but I think too, Tainomi did let the competition get to her. She didn't have fun with it. She did. There was a little face crack, you know, because I find with those people where they have that intense pressure put over them, they tend to start to have fun and loosen up.
Yeah.
And Tainomi, you never see her really have that moment where she like loosens up, gets loosey goosey, and has fun.
And the girls chat about it. They're calling this season Toronto's Drag Race. There were a lot of Toronto queens.
There was a lot of Toronto queens.
There were a lot of Toronto queens. You made a joke before saying the travel budgets were small for the season.
Yeah, well, they were like, well, how come there was so many Toronto girls? I'm just like, because it's season 1 and they can't be flying girls out from all over the side of the country. Do you know how much a flight is in Toronto or in like Canada?
Yeah.
Like to get to Vancouver, it can be like $1,000.
They were building their Aeroplan points.
Yeah, they were like, let's just get all the Toronto girlies. And and Toronto was very like, all the production was from Toronto. Like, so they were always at our shows. So of course they're going to be a little biased towards Toronto.
But here's the thing. The Toronto queens love Toronto.
Oh my God,
Toronto queens are very proud of like
Stockholm syndrome.
It is a little bit of Stockholm syndrome, and
Yeah.
it's funny to see Rita Baga be like, just remember, it is not just
Toronto's Drag Race.
Because she's trying to throw in there that like there's a whole country.
Yeah.
You know, I know production's happening in this fine city, but it's like,
and I think
don't get it
sometimes a
twisted.
lot of Toronto queens forget about how rich some of the other drag cultures are in Canada.
Yeah.
You know, like how different they are and how the scenes can look different and how the even artistry can look different. And I think Toronto, they think, and I'm going to say they because I don't really perform Toronto much anymore. I think they think
she's moving herself.
a little bit. I think it's like we work more, so thus better.
Yes.
Right? So it's like because you're doing 400 numbers a night, you are immediately more talented.
Quantity ensures quality.
You know, and sometimes it's just like maybe that's not the case.
Even you on episode 1, you're like, just gonna say it, Toronto drag is the best in the world.
I know, Stockholm syndrome.
Like yelling it in Lemon's face when she's coming from New York.
And she's
I was
like,
shots fired. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
There's
Honestly,
a lot of talent coming from that little city known as New York City.
Yeah. Like, you know, Stockholm syndrome. I think I'm gonna go back on that one. So I apologize to all of New York.
Oh my God, officially?
Oh yeah, I went back on that ages ago.
Okay, you like publicly like tweeted like, sorry.
Oh no, I didn't tweet about it, but like I would say it at shows. Like,
Could you imagine you tweet it today and everyone just be like, what?
What?
Be like, get ready for new content coming out soon on YouTube.
Really excited.
You know what I mean? In a month and a half.
If you know, you know.
YK.
But it was one of those things where it's like I remember I'd gotten to travel all over Canada and I got to see what other drag communities were like and other audiences were like. And Toronto audiences are very hard. And also like Toronto, they just work a lot. There's no artistry really backing it. We don't get to do a lot of like creative things in Toronto. You get really good at doing like a Dua Lipa song, which is great.
And talking on the mic.
Talking on the mic, yes.
I feel like all the Toronto girlies can chat on the mic.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this without my training in Toronto drag. Like being able
years
to,
of just kind of like convincing people to stay and hang out with you for like
you become almost like
an hour.
mini comedians.
Totally.
Yeah, you know, you kind of gotta.
What's the deal with drag? This isn't my hair. Am I right, ladies?
Oh, waka waka waka. Yeah, it's kind of you kind of turn into like Seinfeld, but it's hard to sort of wrap your mind around it. But yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Toronto queens, but we just keep killing it this season. I don't know what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know where we were, but we can move on.
Do we want to talk about the mini challenge?
What was it?
It's a memory game with the pit crew. They came out and you had to match colors with their briefs or something, and there was a lot of junk.
So horny.
There was a lot of visible
penises.
lines. VPL.
Oh my God! Actually, this is episode 4. Priyanka has my fleshlight by now.
Oh, amazing. Let's talk about it.
So, this episode's sponsored by...
Oh, I wish.
I know. So, essentially...
Adam and Eve.
So basically, when it came to this episode, we had shot the promo just shortly before it, and promo was when I left officially, like
Right.
got to go home, and I had this
They
fleshlight.
sent you on your way.
They sent me on my way, and I had this fleshlight that I like was like, oh, I'm not going to use this because like, you know,
I get to go home.
I get to go home. I could use porn, you know, but it's just like, I'm not going to use this. So I, what was I going to say? So then essentially, I was sitting there and we were in this big group and I was just like, oh, I have this fleshlight that like, I don't really need right now. And all the girls jumped up wanting it.
Ravenous.
All of them wanted it. And Priyanka did this. You know, Priyanka can really draw attention.
Yes.
She grabbed me and she said, don't look at anybody else. Look at me. Don't look at anyone else. Look at me. Give me the fleshlight. Juice. I need it. If you want me to win this competition, I need that fleshlight. You need to give it to me. So I washed it and I called production when I was about to leave and I put it in a little bag and I said, can you bring this to Priyanka? And they said, yeah, we can. Flying down Priyanka's gift. And I stopped the girl. I like grabbed her hand and I went, no, say flying down the fleshlight. She went, I'm not doing that. And I said, I was just eliminated from Drag Race. I get so little right now. You have to do this for me. And she like sighed really loudly. And then she just went, flying the fleshlight to Priyanka. And then you just hear over the mic screaming. You just hear all this
Scream-worthy.
just all this laughing and screaming over the thing, being like, got it. And then Priyanka won. So
Did she keep it?
yeah, she said she alcoholed it for the night, and
Right.
then it helped her de-stress at the end of every day.
Oh, I bet.
We both almost got a fleshlight sponsorship actually from it.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Fingers crossed.
know.
It'll all pay off now.
I really wanted a campaign. So close.
Right?
Imagine.
Yeah.
Right? I'd let them do a little thing on
A
my
mold of your.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the right price.
I think it would probably be your butthole, right?
Well, they also do the
Like
front.
make a dildo?
They would make a dildo.
Huh.
Would you make a dildo?
Probably not.
Really? For the right price, I would.
Well, of course, anything, but like, there's bigger dreams out there for me.
I would do the butthole before the dildo.
That face was like, are there bigger dreams? Or is that it? Like, you almost were faced your Everest. You're like, I think that's my top. I think that is the greatest goal in life, to have commercialized molds of my genitalia. That's peak. I think I'll really have made it then.
I'm gonna make it after all.
With the fleshlight.
And now, let's hear from our sponsor, Freddie. Freddie is one of the largest and most inclusive online PrEP providers. What is PrEP? PrEP is short for pre-exposure prophylaxis. PrEP is a pill that you take once a day, every day, that reduces your risk of contracting HIV by up to 99%.
Get PrEP prescribed online and have it discreetly delivered to your door for free. No more awkward, judgmental doctor visits. So visit gofreddy.com to book a consultation and see if PrEP is right for you. We find out that the Maxi is a group design challenge, which I feel like design challenges on their own are already challenging. To then have to coordinate your look with multiple queens, too many cooks, too many kitchens.
Yeah, and especially like you come from working with a girl group.
Yes,
So
maybe
like
I'm triggered.
So I was going to say you might be a little triggered because like working with three very large personalities, you know.
Working with drag queens, who would do such a stupid thing?
Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the worst unless you're working with me because I'm just like, sure, I'll sit in the background.
You're right, Jace. It's the best.
You fucking bitch. But yeah, I wouldn't have loved that because there's
felt like it
always
was-
going to be someone who's going to kind of jump ahead and try to take control. There's always going to be someone who's not happy with the final product, and there's always going to be somebody who's kind of just like kind of floating along. You know?
I loved Scarlett Bobo's confession where she's like, I'm just really sad. I brought all this really nice drag and you just keep giving me garbage and I have to wear garbage.
No, the best one was Tainomi. We look like garbage because you gave us garbage. Because it's like, so essentially they had to make these outfits out of either metal, plastic, or paper.
Yes.
Like it was all like single-use products.
Yeah, it had an environmentalism narrative to it a little bit, right?
A little bit. What would you have wanted?
Probably Rita Bega's category.
Plastic?
The plastic. I feel like that has a way of still looking showy. It's easy to work with. You can cut it. You can like kind of torch it. do cool things to it. And it still looks showy. I don't know if I could have handled using the metal. That just, I feel like that's scratch city.
No, as someone who gets scratched up by their outfits, no.
Yeah, that seems to be your kink.
Yeah, it's my thing. I would want paper.
Oh, okay, a little piñata.
Yeah, a little paper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I actually did?
Or how you said in high school, papier.
Papier.
Thank you.
En français. Remember when we asked Fierce, we were like, you can speak French? Oui. I still don't know if she can actually speak French.
She 100% cannot.
Oui.
Wait, no, she can. She actually can.
Can she?
I take that back because she, don't you remember her Bring Back My Girls at DragCon? Don't you yawn on me.
Sorry.
Don't yawn.
Sorry.
Don't yawn. This is a visual medium now. Podcaster, she yawns on me all the time and I just let it slide. But now we've got proof.
It's my first yawn in 3 episodes.
Don't you yawn on me. Stay strong. But she could actually hear what Boom Boom was saying.
Right.
Because she actually is a fluent enough.
And she never told them.
Yes, she was sneaky about it. Secret agent francophone.
Secret francophone. What were we saying?
Oh my God.
Where were we?
Where the fuck were we?
Where were we?
So you would want paper. I would want plastic.
No, it's what I did. So for the video to audition,
okay,
we had to do we had to do paper.
I did too.
You had to do paper?
Yeah, I think
so
that's easy for the girls at home to...
So what I did was
Wait, we need to contextualize this better. For the auditions to get on the show, there is a sewing challenge because they want to see what you would do potentially. And they give you
misread the brief. So I made an outfit out of towels. Don't ask me how I got there.
And they said use paper?
No, and then I reread the brief and I went, oh, I have to make something out of paper. So I made a vlog style video of being like, hi, I fucked up, but I'm going to do it again.
Vlog style.
Literally that's how I did it. And I basically made a doll, do with the tabs, like a paper doll outfit. And I mostly did it just so I could show that I was in my underwear.
Typical.
I really let sex sell on that
Love a
one.
consistent queen.
Yeah, but that's what I would do I would do paper and just do a paper doll.
Cute.
Is that stupid?
I don't want to yuck your yum.
Do you think it would be stupid?
I feel like
Use your words.
I think it is.
Really?
Well, because it's so on the nose. It's like the paper doll.
But what if it's fabulous?
And I love being proved wrong in fashion. That's my favorite thing. When someone takes a concept, a theory that I don't think will work.
It's a paper doll, but it's a reveal.
There we go.
It's a reveal.
There we go.
The whole way down.
I'm back.
We're revealing.
Yeah.
We're revealing.
I'm back on board.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But each girl would do it.
Fair.
Ooh,
you lost me again. No,
ooh.
just making her dance.
Oh, you're going home again.
Yeah. Ooh, hate that.
Ooh, hate that. So let's talk about, should we just go, because there's not really much that happens.
They get the runway coaching from Stacey.
Yeah, but great. It's kind of just like
She really is a top-notch runway coach.
She's almost a top model. What?
Want to be on top. So when I graduated at TMU, you have a final showcase, a runway show. Stacey McKenzie did a little runway coaching for all my models.
Oh my God, that's cunty.
Yeah.
I love that.
And she actually really made improvements because, it's students' fashion shows. Like, you're not getting top models here. So they really can benefit from these workshops.
I know.
So
and we could have, if Stacey was still there, we could have had this every season.
I know.
Right?
Why can't they just bring her back for that?
I don't know. Breaks my heart.
I know.
She's probably like, you didn't want me. I don't want to come back.
Stacey, come on this show. We'll have you.
Oh my God.
You would literally fangirl the whole time.
Oh, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I have an autograph?
Please.
Do you remember me? Don't panic.
She'll be like, I don't.
I don't. She'd be like, right?
So that we got that beat in the show, and then we kind of go to the runways. This is what I'm talking about when I mean this challenge is extra hard, when they have to coordinate their looks, because with Jimbo's group, they're working with Tainomi and Alona. And at first they have this idea to be kind of Grecian goddesses. And then all of a sudden Jimbo's designing this elaborate Marie Antoinette dress. And then the girls are like, okay, that's completely different. I guess we'll be your knights in shining armor.
Yeah. Jimbo really felt like she was kind of watching for herself.
She steamrolled a little bit.
She
in that
steamrolled
one.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit on this one.
I think she didn't like where the train was going, and she was like, let's just pivot.
Yeah. Which is it's a competition. So if you've got to, steamroll a bit for your own well-being, steamroll. But yeah.
And then let's just dive into the runways then.
I was going to say, I feel like we've got to go.
Yeah, the finished product. What did we think about
So we
Team
have
Metal?
Yeah, I was going to say the first one was Metal. So we had Lemon, Boa, and Priyanka with Team Metal. And here's where the gaslighting begins. Here's where it begins. Okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself
because you cannot tell me when we finish this, you cannot tell me that the metal and the plastic look better than the paper. Mm-mm. Okay. So Priyanka is wearing a metal like mini sheet dress.
And a broken
umbrella. And then like she made her makeup look like she's almost like crying. Like it's like melted off in the rain. It's very dystopian.
Nice.
Dystopic. And then Boa, thank you, words. Ding.
Dystopian.
Dystopic. Dystopic.
And then Boa basically has like, what is it? Those like a strainer. She basically put 2 strainers on her chest as a bra and then just wrapped herself in sheet metal.
Yes.
For a dress. So like, okay. And then Lemon,
middling.
Then Lemon literally just drapes herself in, I would say,
those Brillo pad things.
Yeah, in Brillo pad, in like metal copper Brillo pad.
And that has happened multiple times on Drag Race.
Why are we doing that?
Why do we keep unraveling those Brillo pads?
I'm thinking fashion. This is fashion.
Upcycle.
Yeah. No.
Winner.
No, and then they're all wearing some kind of like middle part flat hair.
Going for the same look, and I'm gonna say it never works.
Oh, it's not good. The 3 of them do not look good.
Yeah. There are times where they chew Lemon up for her runways and it's out of pocket. This one, it was like the opposite.
This one, they loved it. And I was like, Lemon's had some great looks. Mm-hmm. And Lemon's had a few like kind of flops. Mm-hmm. But never like this is, it's garbage because you gave them garbage, you know? And then we move on to the plastic. So we have Scarlett, we have Rita, and we have Kiki. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this?
I do commend Rita for shaving her head, though, for this runway.
I mean, she barely had any hair to begin with.
The continuity on that show, they were having a field day.
She had like 2 little wisps of hair. Like her hair was very short. So, okay, she shaved her head for it. Great. You know?
Because you are bald under this.
I'm bald. I don't care.
You're very protective of the bald status.
Well, that's just when people are like, you're so brave for shaving. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know? Oh, it's so brave to not have hair on your head, you fucking loser.
I love when she gets a little tired.
I just ate. I should feel great.
She's like, fuck you.
Fuck off. You know? But it's something about these looks I just don't like.
I don't think any of them were exceptional, but I don't think Metal was better. And they were losing.
No, Metal was the worst. Metal was the worst.
Yes.
The plastic was definitely safe, middle ground. Mm-hmm. But it's just they all looked the same. They were cohesive. They were good color, and the fact that it went up into the makeup, great.
Then we get to paper. Well executed.
Fabulous.
Conceptual. We understand what it is. Yes, it's paper, so it's going to have that craftiness to it.
But it's paper. It's paper.
Like, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? It's paper.
Because it's not going to be paper. It's paper.
You have 2 people who have gone almost identical in their look, but geared towards their individual drag styles.
Yeah.
And then Jimbo, who steamrolled a bit, but they were able to pivot and have a cohesive 3-person look. What the fuck?
I actually think it's harder to make those outfits than I think they gave them credit.
Oh, the gaslighting was insane.
Like the whole time they're like, you look like a piñata. This is stupid, blah, blah, blah.
Because you gave them paper. Of course they're going to look like a piñata.
I'm like, no, this is actually well constructed. Like these do look, when I rewatched this, I was getting upset because I felt like this is the gaslighting at its strongest this season. Actually, no, the denim episode, and we'll get to it. Yeah. This is second place, where there are certain times in this competition where I love my girl, Rita Baga, but they've like played to her run, her choices, her runways in a way where they put down other contestants, and it's like, the math ain't mathin'.
No, the math really wasn't. Yeah. So watching this one was you're the whole time you're like, huh? You know, but
I'm so angry I can't even remember. Was it the metal or the plastic that won?
Metal.
Metal. See, this is the thing. It wasn't.
Was it? Oh my God.
I think it was.
No. Was it Priyanka that won?
Yes.
Priyanka won. Yeah.
This is the thing.
Let me go back.
And they were freaking out. I think they were just scared those girls were going to injure themselves if they lip synced for their lives.
Exactly.
They were going to get
exactly
gashed from their costumes. So
I
they're
know,
like,
and they would just die.
for health and safety reasons, you are the winners.
I know. Here, let me just go back. I just want to really confirm.
Again, semi-qualified.
So Rita.
This is what I mean.
Rita.
They're kind of favoring certain choices that Rita is doing in this competition at the moment. And it's not that she's doing bad, and it's not that I don't love Rita. There's just certain times where, as a viewer, you're watching it a little more unbiased.
Yeah.
I remember yelling from my couch.
I just don't understand why they would choose these things.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we get our bottom two this week, and our bottom two are Tainomi and Alona, which shocks me.
I know.
Because they look the most
Cohesive.
Thank you. Wow. I had a lot of trouble with that one.
I couldn't tell which word you were
It was
starting
cohesive.
with.
Yeah. They look the most.
You.
Thank you. Ooh, that was hard. They look the most cohesive on the runway. They match. They're even holding hands, so it looks even better. And then they decide to put them in the bottom.
I guess maybe the rationale was they didn't agree with the choice to kind of downplay in this competition, like how Jimbo basically made herself look more elaborate, and so they both were punished.
Yes.
I don't know.
And looking back on it, they didn't love the medal, but they definitely liked it better than the paper. But if we go to Untucked really quick, we get a fight. Da-da-da. So Alona and Jimbo have at it, because for those of you that don't know, everybody knows because we talked about it a million times, but it's freezing on this set.
It was really cold.
Like, it's so cold. It's like unimaginably cold on this set.
Just think about outside in the winter.
It was like being outside. Yeah. Like, it felt like you were outside. Yeah. And essentially, Jimbo is kind of like talking about how cold she is, because that's what you did, because you're freezing. And then Alona loses her mind on him, because she's just like, how dare you talk about how cold you are when I'm about to go home?
Yeah.
How dare you take that moment away from me?
At that moment, it just was like only about her.
Oh,
she
yeah.
couldn't hear anything else.
Yeah, nothing.
And then
she was like, I'm basically going home, and you want to talk to me about how cold you are. And then he comes back with well, I'm glad that we're all here to cater to you.
Well, I'm glad we all just want to listen to you, Alona.
Oh, because Alona did have
some thoughts.
Alona was a talker. Yeah. She was a talker. There was
venture.
A lot of, Alona just.
Sometimes people like to get things off their chest.
But what I'm saying is, like, on set, Alona talked quite a bit.
Okay.
So that might have been, maybe that was the case episode 1. I don't know if that continued to be the case after I left, but maybe that was. And maybe Jimbo was just a little frustrated.
Sounds like it was.
Sounds like it might have been.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was some tension, but I like the way Jimbo handled themselves.
Oh, Jimbo locked it down.
They're not worried about getting a little scrappy.
No. And then we get Crynomi Banks again.
Yes.
The floodgates are open, because Crynomi is like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I want to go home. And this is another case, because Evan Bedell has worked with Tainomi and been around Tainomi since Tainomi first started doing drag.
Another guest host.
So this was another case of a guest host who had a preconceived notion of Tainomi Banks and the talent level that Tainomi Banks would have. So there was too much pressure for what they thought they were going to see versus what they saw.
Imagine, like, every day of your life, someone who knows you really well is just like, you feeling okay, champ?
I would kill them.
You're not really your usual self.
First of all, when someone says that to me in general,
immediately mad.
Immediately angry.
Immediately angry. Way angrier than I was seconds ago. I was neutral, and then it's like, is everything okay?
Yeah,
Fire.
Yeah. Fire. Rage. You know?
So two guest hosts in a row being like, you feeling okay, Ty?
Oh my God.
It's like,
if that was me, I'd be like, we're not friends right now. I'm in a competition. Get the fuck away from me. You know? So it's just like, yeah. And especially, and Brooke, she had a very close relationship with Brooke before the show started. And they almost had to, like, downplay how close of friends they were. You know? Like in Toronto, like Tainomi and Brooke were like a thing.
Came up together. Like,
Brooke started after.
Really?
Yeah, Brooke started after Tainomi.
Oh, I guess I misspoke, but I guess there was definitely an era where they were, like, working the circuit together.
Oh, yeah. Because Brooke came up very quickly because of how beautiful and tall and long and talented. But Tainomi's been a powerhouse headliner probably from the jump. Like I remember when I first started drag was when Tainomi started to really get that extra bump up in being like the girl you hire. And then, you know, Brooklyn came up, and then they both were kind of like the people who you wanted to have at a show. If you went to a show and it was Tainomi and Brooklyn, best night of your life. Packed.
Yeah.
It was going to be an amazing show. You weren't going to have there was going to be no bad entertainment on stage if it was both of them.
So this makes sense why Alona is freaking out on the main stage. She does not want to lip sync against Tainomi.
Especially in a room full of her friends.
Literally.
Right?
It's like a birthday party for Tainomi Banks.
I know. And then Alona's the one who has to kind of go up against that. So there's got to be a lot of pressure there.
But she was kind of spiraling.
Tainomi?
No, Alona.
They both
to the point where she didn't want to perform. And it's like, no. This is the task at hand. Like, commit to the bit. Like, even if you don't want to do this, do it anyways. Like, it's actually disrespectful to the competition. I think in retrospect, everything works out for Alona, as we'll see. But like, it was kind of a funny beat where like she literally seemed like she was going to run off crying.
Yeah, she was. And everyone was kind of like, don't do that.
And finally, Tainomi was just like, girl, like pull it together.
Yeah, like get your shit together. You know?
It's almost like how Kine
Yeah.
talked to her.
Yeah, it was almost like she was like, this is my
moment.
This is my moment.
I'm going home.
Yeah, let me have this. So we go to the runway, and then we find out that the metal team is all safe. But they really do give them a little, you know. But then we find out that our bottom two are Alona and Tainomi.
Yes.
Although Jimbo seems to think she might be in it.
I think because of the way this was a group challenge, she didn't know if she was going to get burnt for this bold choice, but kind of rewarded.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So we get our bottom two, and they lip sync to "Girlfriend"
By Avril
Lavigne, which is a choice.
I love that song.
Do you?
I mean, it's
It's
pretty
all wrong.
It's okay, but I think like for Canada's Drag Race, I was waiting for my Avril moment.
Yeah, I would have preferred "I'm With You."
Oh, a ballad.
Yeah, "I'm With You" Avril is my favorite Avril song.
Have you seen the TikTok where it's like standing on the bridge, waiting on the bridge? I thought that you'd be here. Bye, bridge. Like it just keeps doing the
Talking
bridge.
about bridges?
Yes.
Night bridge.
Damn
No, didn't
cold
they do
bridge?
Didn't they do "I'm With You" on Canada's
Yes.
Drag Race?
I think it was in season 3.
I think season 3. Yeah.
I thought we already had this conversation.
Did we?
I feel like I'm living in like a Twilight Zone with
This is
you.
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
This is Groundhog Day. Same conversation over and over. Our viewers are like, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
It's a damn gold bridge. But yeah. But the lip sync is high energy. It's fun.
Yes.
But
A lip sync assassin is born.
yes, now Alona is starting to
Become the lip sync assassin.
She's starting to send the girls home.
Uh-huh.
You know, because
Yeah.
has Alona lip synced before?
I think this was the first.
This is the first.
And it was this real misdirect because we're thinking, oh my God, she's crumbling under the pressure. She doesn't even want to lip sync. This is Tainomi's. Nope.
Because Tainomi, mind you, Tainomi is an incredible performer. You know, Tainomi is a powerhouse of a performer. So you really think, like all of us going, we're like, if I'm against Tainomi, you know, rest in peace.
Packing my bags.
See you later. You know, but so to see her go up against Alona, a lot of us thought, okay, well, she's staying. You know, and so then that is not the case. Alona gets the win. You know, and then Tainomi gets sent home, and Alona's obviously very distraught.
Yeah.
By this because it's very stressful.
Gooped.
She's gooped, but she also she wears her heart on her sleeve, right? So she's gooped and gagged, and Tainomi is kind of just like expected it.
I feel bad though.
I feel bad.
Like imagine in Tainomi's position, you're on the bottom, you're gonna lip sync. The person you're supposed to lip sync against doesn't want to do it. They're flailing, they're freaking out, and you're like, pull it together, and then they send you home.
I'd be like, I wish you didn't pull it together.
That's exactly what I would have thought.
Yeah, like if I go back ever and I have to lip syncing my life against someone and they're absolutely spiraling, I'm gonna go, that sucks.
Honestly, it is intense. You shouldn't do it. You should just forfeit.
Yeah, my pep talk is gonna be, this is a really hard thing.
And walk away.
I'm not elaborating.
Yeah. Hey, can I get some schnitzel?
Yeah, it's not gonna be, you can do hard things. It's gonna go, this is hard.
Yeah.
And I want you to feel that pressure. You know?
You're feeling the pressure because there's immense pressure.
Yeah, you know? It's going to be really rough and you might go home.
So imagine being Tainomi.
Yeah.
That
sucks. It sucks. And especially like, and for her, I think it's that big thing of like, there was such a call for how popular she was and the pressure. So if anything, she might feel a little relieved.
Maybe.
And warm.
Because she's leaving that soundstage.
Going to that warm room with Debbie.
Yep. Debbie and the dog.
Debbie is the dog.
I knew that.
Did you never meet Debbie?
I can't remember.
It's a little black little chihuahua. Rest in peace, Debbie.
Well, how did I? It passed?
Debbie died.
Oh no. Walked right into that. Okay, let's play our segment. Where are they now?
So Tainomi Banks has found immense success outside of the show. In the first year that Tainomi was out of Drag Race, she got a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. Ever
The
heard of
fucking
that?
Super Bowl. Tainomi has traveled all over the country, has traveled all over the UK, has
I
traveled.
would argue the world, yeah.
I would say close to the world. Like Tainomi's been traveling so much. She has been doing so many things. Brand deals out the fucking wazoo. Sometimes she gets brand deals where I'm like, what do I got to do to get that? Like, I want that brand deal.
I know.
You know, when she got Uggs, jealous. I know. I love Uggs. But
You're very UGG-coded.
I'm very UGG-coded. And she is currently on tour on her Solid Gold tour, where she is traveling all over Canada doing that right now. So
Slay, that diva.
Tainomi is doing fine.
Yeah, she's still killing it. And I feel like she was the gateway for so many in this country. Like, she was the first drag queen I ever met.
Yeah.
Like, ever saw. I feel like there's so many that wouldn't be doing drag without watching someone like her be a guiding light. So we
Yeah.
love you, Tainomi.
And Tainomi also has this like kindness about her, especially at shows where it's like she's very appreciative of people. I remember I was a big Tainomi fan, so I would go to her shows all the time, but I didn't think she really knew me.
Yes.
And then what you do is when you want to go up and tell her how great she did, Tainomi, what she does is she'll talk to someone and she'll see that you're wanting to talk to her, so she'll reach out and she'll just hold you. She'll like hold your hand, or she'll like touch you in a way to say you're next, but I have to finish this right now. And then she'll finish and she'll look at you. And I remember one day, this meant a lot, one day she turned to me and she was like, thank you so much for always coming to my shows. Like, I always see you in the audience and I just love the support. She's just the best.
Class act.
I know. Actually, funny, this is another Tainomi story. One of my biggest moments in drag ever was I was coming down, I was on a pride float with Tainomi. It was me and her. And I looked up and me and her were in an IKEA commercial.
Yes.
And it was playing at Dundas Square in the middle of Pride. And then me and her were on this float together. It was the Crest float. We were on this float together and we were just about to be on Drag Race together. And I looked at her and I was just like,
Capitalism.
this is really cool. Yes, capitalism. I looked at her, I went, capitalism. No, I looked at her, I was like, this is very fucking cool. And she was just like, and she grabbed my hands and she went, we did that.
Yes.
So she's just like the coolest. She's what, for me, especially coming up in drag, she's been one of like my biggest inspirations and my biggest like, supporters.
The goat.
So she's the goat. I love her. I wish nothing but good things for Tainomi.
No, I know.
I know.
We love you, Ty.
We love you, Tainomi. But we have to do our last segment.
Oh my God. What mean thing did Jeffrey
boy
say? Oh, wait. Okay, we got to clarify this. Are we going to say...
You say Jeffrey Ware Chapman. I say Jeffrey.
I switched last time because we did opposites. Are we going to say his full name or just his first name?
Let's say JBC.
Okay, even different.
1, 2, 3. What mean thing did JBC say today?
Okay, you really...
No today's.
You're really adding flares to it. Like, I'm wanting clarification. She's like, different thing. And I'm going to add words. I was like, got it, Juice. That's really... We'll be in sync now. Okay, what did he say?
Everyone gets the same amount of time.
Use it better, maybe.
Oh, and I remember. And then he
did this face.
He went this.
And it became like a GIF.
That was a meme for a while.
It still probably haunts
Just
him.
the like eye squint.
And we're definitely not helping by bringing all this up.
We're not. But again, JBC, we love you. This is all in jest. Because it was the topic of that season was how, he was.
Judges can be villains too.
Judges can be villains too. And especially JBC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, we don't know if these were fed to him on a microphone or if these were of his own volition.
I know. Oh, well.
So, Cynthia, where can they find us on socials?
They can find us on Instagram at semi-qualified-queens-pod, on Twitter /X at SQQPOD. Are you laughing at my X? It's called, what do you call it?
I call it Twitter.
Still, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Right, but I don't know. Change names.
No, I call it Twitter. Who gives
Okay,
a shit?
so on Twitter, it's SQQPOD, SQQ Pod.
Yeah. Or you can also find us on our YouTube channel where you can watch all of this content. Or if you want to support us, you can go to our Patreon for a low price and help support the pod. We'll have fun little Patreon exclusive happening for the entire season. And yeah. Or if you're listening to us where you listen to anywhere where you can listen to podcasts, I said that weird. Or on the Sono Network, we really appreciate it.
She's malfunctioning.
Subscribe.
Bell notification.
But we will see you guys next week for episode 5 of Canada's Drag Race season 1.
The Rewind.
Is that Snatch Game next week?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
It's okay.
It was okay. It was okay. Bye.
Someone shot me.
Oh my god. What's our Snatch Game about?
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.